Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Kindly introduce yourself.
I'm Elsa Untanco, 44 years old, married. I have one daughter. She is 16 years old. I am the eldest in the family. I have one sister. She is 38 years old. And I live in Barangay Pansol, Tila, Laguna.
Okay. Did you finish your high school?
Yes, ma'am.
And how about college? Did you take up any course in college?
Yes, ma'am.
What course?
Bachelor of Science in Commerce, ma'am.
Did you graduate from that course?
No, ma'am.
Did you,
Graduate.
for how many years?
3 years, ma'am.
Only up to third year only. Okay. And do you have any experience working as a domestic helper abroad before?
Yes, ma'am. In
Where?
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Okay. And what's the nationality of your employer?
Saudi, ma'am.
Arabian. Okay. Do they have children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children?
One, ma'am. 5 years old.
5 years old. Okay. So at least, aside from your daughter and the child of your employer, so you know how to take care of children.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell me how?
About the children, I will assess them in school, and then I tutor them, and then I give them food, I prepare them food, and if my employers are not around in our house, I will take care of them. I will
Okay.
taking a bath.
Okay. And you worked in Saudi Arabia before, and now why do you want to work in Hong Kong?
I want to earn more salary, ma'am, and I want to give my family a good future someday.
Especially your only daughter, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how can you control your homesick because you're leaving your daughter behind?
I will do my duties and responsibility, and I make myself busy, and so that I can, and I will play with my employer's daughters, children, so that I will release my homesick.
Okay. At least you have your own way of controlling your homesick.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you think in Saudi Arabia did you finish your contract?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you think that if you're going to work in Hong Kong, are you going to finish also your contract?
Yes, ma'am.
And I heard that in Middle East you don't have a day off. How about you?
No day off, ma'am.
No day off.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
In Hong Kong they will give you 1 day off. But are you willing to accept a day off set by your employer?
Yes, ma'am. Anytime I can accept it.
Okay. Any day of the week,
Yes, ma'am.
it's possible for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, may how about in some cases they will ask you for an extension for your contract. Are you willing to extend your
Yes,
contract?
ma'am.
Okay, so there's no problem. And are you also willing to obey the rules and regulations inside the house of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you know any nursery rhyme?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I hear it, please?
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indian, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Indian, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little Indian, 10 little Indian boys.
Okay, thank you. And how about in the Philippines? Do you have any experience as a domestic helper?
Yes, ma'am.
Where in the Philippines?
Laguna, ma'am.
And what's the nationality of your employer?
Filipina, ma'am.
Did you also finish your contract?
Yes, ma'am.
And do they have children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many
2
children?
years old and 4 years old.
2 children.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how about the elderly? Do you have any experience taking care of an elderly?
Yes, ma'am. My grandmother and my mother-in-law, ma'am.
Okay. And what are your ways in taking care of your grandmother?
I am the one to prepare her food, assist him going to the bathroom, and then giving her medicine, and then give her foods.
Okay, can you give a simple massage?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
And are you a good listener?
Yes, ma'am.
Because some elderly, they want always to talk with somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have patience in taking care of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and can you cook?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Do you know any Chinese dishes?
Yes, ma'am, I
Like what?
steamed chicken, steamed fish, stir-fried kangkong, stir-fried togi with lean pork, steamed minced pork with dried mushroom,
Okay.
chop soy.
You know a lot. Even
ma'am.
you work with a Arabian family, at least you know how to cook Chinese dishes.
Yes, ma'am.
And what if they will ask you to cook some Western dishes and you don't know any? Are you willing to learn?
I am very much willing, ma'am.
Okay. Can you ride the bicycle?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you do marketing alone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You do that with your former employer? You do marketing alone?
Sometimes, ma'am,
Okay.
she accompany with me in the supermarket, ma'am.
Okay. And do they have car?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
one in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, ma'am.
How many car?
5, ma'am.
5 cars.
Yes, ma'am.
And are you the one washing the car?
No, ma'am, because we have a driver's, ma'am.
Okay. And how about in the Philippines? Do they have car?
No, ma'am,
No car.
no car.
Okay. And how about pets? Do you love pets?
Yes, ma'am.
Like what?
Dogs, cats,
You're not
birds.
afraid. You're
I'm
not afraid of
ma'am.
dog. Okay. I don't think in Saudi they have pet.
No, ma'am, they have
Okay.
no pets.
That because I don't think they love pets that much.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. And how about in the Philippines? You don't know pets also?
We have, ma'am, dogs.
How many dogs?
1 dog, ma'am.
One dog. Okay. And can you give me your short message for your future employer?
To my future employer, ma'am, sir, if you select me, I will be honest, loyal, industrious, cheerful, and I am very much willing to follow the instructions that you give to me, and I am willing to work with all my very best, and I will love your children as my own, and I will promise to finish my contract, and if possible, if you want to extend, I will. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. And you already experienced working abroad, so as much as possible, for sure, you know how to operate electrical appliances.
Yes, ma'am.
Like what?
Like vacuum, electric fan, rice cooker, washing machine, dryer,
Okay.
food processor, rice cooker, steamer.
Okay. And if ever you commit a mistake to your employer, what are you going to do or to tell your employer?
I will tell my employer and say sorry for them, ma'am. I will promise not to do it again, ma'am.
Okay, and to avoid doing mistakes, you can always ask your employer if you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
any questions,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, I think that will be all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.